Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolved. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Fortress, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Dragalge. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation on what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post certain opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, I will be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Dragalge. Now, Dragalge for me was one of those 6th-gen Pokemon where I first saw it, I fell in love with it at like first glance. I love everything about Dragalge. I love its design, I love its typing, I love its ability. Pretty much I love everything about it, even its move pool. But the one thing that kind of kills it in my opinion is its stats. Now, I'm not saying that Dragalge by any means, it's like its stats are complete garbage. I mean, it depends on what EV spread you use. This thing could be very offensive. It could be a very offensive threat. And that's where it also came into my next topic on why I also think this thing needs a Mega Evolution. Now, besides being like one of my favorite 6th-gen Pokemon out there, before its hidden ability was released, which was Adaptability, the only two abilities you had were Poison Point and Poison Touch. And with those two abilities, Dragalge was in one of the lower tiers. I can't remember exactly which one, but it was either in RU or NU. But when its hidden ability Adaptability came out, I think about a month later or a couple weeks later, somewhere around there, it instantly jumped to UU because Adaptability to Dragalge hits so fucking hard. Most of the time you do run choice specs on this thing, which hits so fucking hard. Literally, it just like a Draco Meteor is going to pretty much one-shot anything, or at least do a clean like 70% or maybe even more, depending on which Pokemon you hit. It'll Sludge Bomb, or what is it, Sludge Wave? I can't remember which one hits harder. I think it's Sludge Wave. Yes, it is Sludge Wave. Like, it just does so much damage because of the Adaptability ability. Whatever, like, if you don't know what Adaptability does, pretty much whatever typing that Pokemon is, and whatever it is, like for instance, Dragalge is Poison Dragon. If you use moves like Sludge Bomb or Draco Meteor, moves that are the same typing as that Pokemon, it does a little bit more damage than it would have without that ability. For instance, it actually does, what is it? It's not 2 stages. I can't remember, but instead of doing 1.5, it does 2. It gets a little bit of a buff, to put it short, to put it simply and short. But anyways, I really want to see this thing get pretty much like better stats. That way this thing will be doing a lot better. Instead of being in UU, it will probably get bumped up to OU. And it's kind of like Fortress. It's not that its typing needs to get changed or its ability needs to get changed. The only thing that, like, in sense needs to get changed for Dragalge is its stats, and I think it's going to be a very offensive, threatening Mega if this thing does get a Mega. So as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything but left its speed alone. Now, the reason why I left its speed alone was only because Dragalge is not supposed to be made for outspeeding a lot of things. Even if I did increase its speed, it's still going to be slow as shit, and I didn't kind of want to waste any of the base points into its speed because of that reason. But also, it's also, if you can look at its stats, it's somewhat bulky at the same time, so it can't take a hit. So there's really honestly no reason for me to increase its speed. But with all that said, let's just get right into it. Now, for its physical attack, I increased it from base 75 to base 97. Now, the reason why I actually increased its physical attack was because Dragalge can somewhat like potentially become like a mixed attacker, or if you want, you can go full physical. It can be a full physical attacker. Now, this is why I said at the beginning of the video where I actually had Cerebi up, because I'm actually going to be reading off moves that Dragalge does get that are physical, that you could run if you want to run like a fully offensive physical Dragalge, and I'm going to read them off real quick. And so moves that you're probably going to be most likely seeing on Dragalge is going to be like Dragon Tail, Faint Attack, Poison Tail, Aqua Tail. Let's see. I mean, the regular moves like Return, Frustration, Giga Impact, those moves. It does get access to Waterfall, which is a very, very good water type move. And strangely enough, Dragalge does get access to Play Rough, which is a very, very good coverage move against other Dragon type Pokemon, or just like fighting and Dark type Pokemon as well that are very, very common. It also does get access to Bounce. It also does get access to the two most strongest stab type moves if you want to go the physical route, which is Gunk Shot and Outrage. Now, why am I actually increasing its physical attack? Well, at the same time, it's mostly going to be a special attacker. But if you look at what I actually done for its, like, if you look at its special attack without the Mega, its base stats at 97, and with its Mega evolutions for its physical attack, where I increase it to base 97, it's going to be doing roughly around the same damage as like you would have it as like a regular Dragalge, but with like no Life Orb or Choice Band or like Choice Specs or anything on like that, because with the adaptability, moves like Outrage and Gunk Shot are going to be doing so much fucking damage. It's literally going to be a very, very offensive, threatening Pokemon. And if you do, and also if you do like get off a Trick Room, this thing is going to be very, very hard to knock out, so to speak. But once again, I increase its physical attack because I also can see this thing becoming a full physical attacker if you wanted to go that route. Or you can also have this thing as like a mixed attacker. You have 3 special moves and then 1 physical move, just in cases like, for instance, your special attack gets decreased. Like if you use Draco Meteor and you can't really switch out, you have another physical move that actually works well because that stat didn't get decreased. So that's why I increased its physical attack to base 97, just because it can also be like a physical attacker or a mixed attacker. Now for its special attack, I increased it from base 97 to base 125. Now Dragalge obviously is, for the most part, is going to be probably used as a special attacker. I mean, with the adaptability and base 125 special attack, this thing is just going to be, like I said, doing so much fucking damage. Like literally, this thing is going to be basically one-shotting a lot of things because of a base 125 special attack and the adaptability ability. Now granted, it won't have like a Life Orb or a Choice Specs on it, but once again, it's still going to be doing a fuck ton of damage depending on like if you use like a Poison move or a Dragon type move. It's going to be hitting very, very hard. So with base 125 special attack and also with the adaptability boost because of it, this thing is just going to be, I would say, one-shotting a lot of things. Even like a Goodra, for an example, which is a very, very fat Pokemon. Now for its physical defense, I increased it from base 90 to base 110. I also wanted to give its physical defense somewhat of a little bit of a boost as well, because base 90 is actually not all half bad for a physical defensive stat, and increasing it to base 110 can also give it a little bit more bulk than it would have being at base 90. And also, you could probably run like a max HP, max physical defense kind of variant for a Dragalge if you wanted to go that route, because Earthquake can pretty much just demolish a Dragalge in one hit, basically depending on what Pokemon, but most of the time it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Same thing for like Outrage or like Dragon Claw or something like that. But like I said, I wanted to increase it just a little bit, that way it can take physical hits. And for its special defense, I increased it from base 123 to base 153. Now its special defense is its highest stat, so I also wanted to give this thing a good boost as well. But with 153 in special defense, this thing is just going to be a very, very fat monster to switch in for like a special defensive wall, so to speak. So you can run like max HP, max special defense, and still be very offensive in like physical or special because of the adaptability and how much or how hard Dragalge hits. But once again, it's going to be a very fat Pokemon with base 153 special defense. This thing is going to be able to switch into a lot of things like what can it switch into, like a Thunderbolt or a Flamethrower or an Ice Beam or something like that. I will be able to take it, not as well if you use like Ice Beam on it, but at the same time, it's going to do roughly around the same damage as what Goodra would take without like the Assault Vest, if that makes sense. Just it's going to have like 3 points higher in special defense than Goodra. Once again, it's going to be roughly doing around the same damage as like a specially defensive Goodra if you wanted to go that route. But like I said, Dragalge is going to be one of those Pokemon where it can also be a very offensive threat and also be a very specially defensive wall. Now, as a regular Dragalge, its base stats at 494, and with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 594. Now, like I said, Dragalge is kind of like Fortress. Nothing really needs to change dramatically, because as it is without a Mega Evolution, it can do so much work with the adaptability ability and like Choice Specs, Life Orb, Assault Vest, Black Sludge. Either way, it's still a very good Pokemon. So like I said, there's really nothing much to change on Dragalge other than like its stats. So what I did was that I actually gave Dragalge's Mega Evolution's ability the Adaptability ability, which I've been saying for like throughout the whole video. The Adaptability is like the best ability for Dragalge. This thing is just going to be doing a fuck ton of damage to your opponent, pretty much one-shotting or at least doing a clean 70% or more depending on what Pokemon you hit. It has a very, very good diversity of moves, including physical moves as well, so it's not like Gunk Shot or Outrage. It really isn't going to do anything with like a base 97 physical attack, but once again, like Adaptability is Dragalge's like best ability in my opinion, and I don't see this thing getting a different ability other than that. And for its typing, I left it alone as Poison Dragon. It's a very unique typing that we don't have other than in Dragalge, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, because it's not like I go on Cerebi or just go look at a Pokédex and say, oh, that's what typing it is or something like that. But once again, I just decided to leave its ability alone, its typing alone, because those two things are already amazing as it is on their own. The only thing Dragalge really needed was just a stat increase, just like Fortress, and other than that, like, Dragalge is going to be doing a lot of work. And I can actually see this thing getting bumped up to OU, maybe even BL. Not like Uber BL, but like between OU and UU, that BL. But once again, with all that said, there is Mega Dragalge. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now the next Pokemon we're going to be doing is a Pokemon that we've already done in the past. And what I mean by the past, this Pokemon is pretty much one of the first like Y Mega Evolve videos that I've ever done. And I wanted to redo it because, I wouldn't say redo it, but like give it a part 2, because I really never let me rephrase that. When I first started doing the Y Mega Evolve videos, it was that, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this without even thinking. And now that I have more experience and I actually have a lot more knowledge of what I can actually do with the Pokemon, I want to redo it. And that Pokemon is going to be Jinx. So we're actually going to be having a part 2 for Jinx on Monday. I've been really wanting to make a new video for Jinx just because it's one of those Pokemon where it's just, it kind of got left out on like an evolution, which I'll get into more once the video comes out on Monday. So with all that said, like I said, on Monday we're going to be talking about Jinx once again. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.